With that, good evening and thank you for joining us this evening for our city council meeting. We'll go ahead and get started. Wendy, could you please call the roll?
Bray.
Here.
Cheatham.
Here.
Lurick.
Here.
Mansfield.
Here.
Ortega.
Here.
Stevens.
Here.
Black.
Here. If you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, after which, if you would remain standing for an invocation, which will be offered by Karen Peace, representing the Baha'i faith. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Blessed is the spot and the house and the place and the city and the heart and the mountain and the refuge and the cave and the valley and the land and the sea and the island and the meadow where mention of God hath been made and his praise glorified.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Roger, your shirt tails out there.
Okay, with that, we'll move to agenda item number 3 is the consent agenda. The following business items may be approved by one motion and a vote. If any one member of the council so desires, any matter listed may be moved to a separate agenda item. A, minutes. Council may wish to waive the oral reading of the minutes and approve the minutes from the council clarification and regular city council meetings of June 2nd, 2022. B, material claims. Council may wish to consider material claims for the period of June 30, 2022 through July 15, 2022. C, treasurer's report. Council may wish to consider the treasurer's report for May 22, showing cash and investments as of May 31, 2022. D, council decision zone map amendment. Council may wish to adopt its decision approving a request from B Street Investments LLC to amend the zoning designation for approximately 3.05 acres of land located south of High Terrace Division 1 and east of Tuscany Hills Subdivision First Edition from residential estates RE to residential low density RL. Councilman Cheatham.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move for approval of agenda item number 3, the consent agenda items A through D.
Second.
We have a motion by Cheatham and a second by Lurick. Wendy, could you please call the roll?
Cheatham.
Yes.
Lurick.
Yes.
Bray.
Yes.
Mansfield.
Yes.
Ortega.
Yes.
Stevens.
No, based on continuing financial process concerns.
Thank you. Agenda item 4. We'll move to agenda item 4 is a calendar review. Council may wish to take this opportunity to inform other council members of upcoming meetings and events that should be called to their attention. August 4th, 5:30 p.m. will be a clarification meeting. 6 p.m. will be a regular city council meeting. August 11, 9 a.m. will be a city council work session. Other events, July 21 and 23, Montana Shakespeare in the Park at 6:30 p.m. at ISU Quad, and is free to the public. Half off cats and kitten adoptions at the Pocatello Animal Shelter available through July 23rd. Contact the animal shelter for more information. Ross Park band concerts on Sunday evenings from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. through the month of July. Open burn ban in wildland urban interface areas continue. We'll move to agenda item 5 is open container waiver request, Molinelli's downtown block party. Council may wish to consider a request by Molinelli Jewelers, represented by Stephanie Pelagi, Historic Downtown Pocatello, for a waiver of the open container ordinance to allow beer and wine to be consumed on the 100 block of North Main Street for the first annual Molinelli's Downtown Block Party on August 13, 2022 from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. If the open container requirement is waived, it should be contingent upon the applicant meeting police department requirements and the appropriate catering permits being purchased. A block party permit request has been submitted to the street department for temporary closure of the 100 block of North Main Street. Security will be provided by employees of the Molinelli's Jewelers, and street closure equipment is being provided by Historic Downtown Pocatello.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I move that we approve agenda item 5 as written. the open container waiver for Molinelli's block party.
Second.
Would you like to include the?
It's already in there. I mean, they still have to meet with the police department.
No.
And they have to submit to, the street department. It's already written in there.
Police, the street department, would you like to include the fire department as well, or?
Why do we need the fire department? I mean, sure. Sure, with the addition of the fire department.
Okay.
You still second it, Chris?
Are you still seconding it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear that.
Mr. Mayor, just one point of clarification. The police that's in here is for the open container waiver, not for the street closure. And so there's actually two requests in one. So if that might affect your motion, it might not. It's up to you.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
We can't separate.
So we have a motion by Ortega and a second by Stevens. Wendy, could you please call the roll?
Ortega?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Bray?
Yes.
Cheatham?
Yes.
Lorick?
Yes.
Mansfield?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Agenda item 6, final plat application, Stratton Estates Division 3 subdivision. Council may wish to approve a final plat application submitted by Homes West Incorporated, represented by Sean O'Brien of Rocky Mountain Engineering and Surveying, to subdivide 4.30 acres, more or less, into 23 lots. The proposed subdivision is generally located east of Troy Lane and west of Hawthorne Road. Staff finds the proposal is compliant with all applicable standards of the Pocatello Municipal Code with conditions listed in the staff report.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move that we approve agenda item number 6, the final plat application with conditions, including the condition that secondary access shall be deeded and recorded prior to the start of construction.
Second.
We have a motion by Mansfield and a second by Cheatham. Wendy, could you please call the roll?
Mansfield?
Yes.
Cheatham?
Yes.
Bray?
Yes.
Lorick?
Yes.
Ortega?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 7, airport grant agreement and resolution. Council may wish to adopt a resolution and approve the mayor to sign a grant agreement and any other pertinent documents to accept a grant offer from the Idaho Transportation Department Division of Aeronautics. The grant is for $200,000, which will be used over the next 3 to 4 years to provide required match funds for FAA Airport Improvement Program grant funds. The tentative project schedule to be completed using the funds include purchasing airfield equipment, rehabbing apron, taxi lane, parking lot and entrance road pavement, rehab of main runway, replacement of access control system, and renovation of terminal restrooms.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I move that we adopt the resolution and approve the mayor to sign the grant agreement and any other pertinent documents related to accepting the grant as outlined in agenda item number 7.
Second.
We have a motion by Lurick and a second by Mansfield. Wendy, could you please call the roll?
Lorick?
Yes.
Mansfield?
Yes.
Bray?
Yes.
Cheatham?
Yes.
Ortega?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 8, partnership agreement with Idaho Central Credit Union Community Splash Pad Facility at OK Ward Park. Council may wish to consider approving a partnership agreement with Idaho Central Credit Union for the following. A, accept a donation from Idaho Central Credit Union in the amount of $400,000 for construction of a community splash pad facility at OK Ward Park. And B, in return for the provision of financial resources by the Idaho Central Credit Union, the city will provide high visibility exposure, marketing and recognition opportunities, and other partnership benefits as outlined in the partnership agreement. Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the partnership agreement as outlined in agenda item number 8.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion by Bray and a second by Ortega. Wendy, could you please call the roll?
Bray?
Yes.
Ortega?
Yes.
Cheatham?
Yes.
Lorick?
Yes.
Mansfield?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 9, an ordinance amending the zoning designation for 2 parcels of property located north of Gold Star Drive and south of Gold Star Drive and west of Olympus Drive from residential, commercial, professional, RCP to commercial general, CG, with the concurrent amendment to the comprehensive plan map designation of mixed-use MU to commercial. Council, how do you wish to have this ordinance read?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move the ordinance agenda item number 9 be read only by title and placed on final passage for publication, and that only the ordinance summary sheet be submitted for publication.
Second.
We have a motion by Bray and a second by Cheatham. Wendy, could you please call the roll?
Bray,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lurick,
Yes.
Mansfield,
Yes.
Ortega. Yes. Stevens.
Yes.
Jared, could you please read the ordinance?
Yes, Mayor. An ordinance of the City of Pocatello, a municipal corporation of Idaho, rezoning parcels located north of Gold Star Drive and south of Gold Star Drive and west of Olympus Drive, Pocatello, Idaho, from zoning designation residential commercial professional, RCP, to commercial general, CG. Said property being more particularly described on the attached Exhibit A, providing an amendment to the comprehensive plan map designation from mixed use, MU, to commercial, C. Providing for the repeal of all ordinances in conflict herewith, and providing that this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and publication according to law.
I declare that to be the final reading of the ordinance. Shall the ordinance pass?
Bray,
Yes.
Cheatham,
Yes.
Lurick,
Yes.
Mansfield.
Yes.
Ortega.
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 10, items from the audience. This time has been set aside to hear items from the audience not listed on the agenda. Items which appear somewhere else on the agenda will not be discussed at this time. The council is not allowed to take any official action at this meeting on matters brought forward under this agenda item. Items will either be referred to the appropriate staff or scheduled on a subsequent agenda. You must sign in at the start of the meeting in order to be recognized. As a reminder, there's a 3-minute time limit per speaker and 15 minutes total for this agenda item. We'll go ahead and get started. B.S. McGives, a.k.a. Merrill Quell. M. Quell.
There's also a story behind that someday. So Brody, Sven McGivis, General Delivery, Pocatello. Just like with the chaos and the stuff that we feel in this nation, in our country now, and you know, tensions that run high in our community and that there, I just am very grateful to be able to live in such a free country still, and how we come together and try to help each other when we can. And I just felt very impressed to thank the city staff, especially the ones that I work with. I work with most of all the departments, and how grateful I am and how willing they are, and how I see behind the scenes how they break their back and try to do their very best. There are those occasions that go south, but they go the second mile. I watch them work through their lunch. I work them after hours and everything there. So I just wanted to publicly thank the City of Pocatello staff all of the years that I've been here, almost 34 years, and I'm just grateful for that.
Thank you, Merrill. Or BS, thank you. Lydia Noble.
Lydia Noble, 2042 Cassius Street, Pocatello. I worked at the INL for 30 years in the budgeting and finance arena for a company under prime contract with the DOE. As such, we were funded by the federal government and spent taxpayers' money responsibly. And believe me, we were checked on that. We were held accountable for being responsible. During my last 12 years, budgets were tight. Management directed us to do more with less and work smarter. That direction materialized in my having to prepare annual performance appraisals of myself, asking, what have I done this past year to show that I have done more with less and worked smarter? My ranking and my raise were predicated upon how well I convinced my managers that I had succeeded in doing more with less. Cost savings were important for all employees and managers. Imagine my dismay following the Pocatello budget cycles for 3 years and observing that many staff and leaders here appear to have never heard of do more with less, or generally appear unconcerned about rising costs. Instead, my perception as a financial person is that many here today believe it your job to simply pass off cost increases to taxpayers without any true discussion of cost savings. In fact, you often shut down these discussions with statements like, leave it up to the department heads. Disturbingly, I have observed little to no true cost control discussions during budgeting, and I know what that looks like. But the most upsetting aspect of city budgeting and spending that I've observed is the blatant overspending at the end of the fiscal year. The use it or lose it mentality is alive and well in Pocatello regarding the last-minute spending of our hard-earned taxpayer money. Please know that every company experiences this tendency to overspend at the end of the year. But unlike in Pocatello, other companies take control and curtail such spending. Starting in July each year, my company forced all purchases over $2,000 to be vetted through finance, accounting, and upper management. Expenditures deemed unnecessary or unplanned were disapproved. Everyone knew this, and it sure cut down on questionable or unplanned spending in those last few months. It is inappropriate and irresponsible for the city to allow such last-minute spending to occur, and worse, to continue to occur every year. These funds could be much better saved for future use. Ultimately, every department in our city will come across needs they did not anticipate, and having a fallback reserve fund that is not just equal to the required 25%, but greater than that requirement is what's called responsible management. Pocatello needs to do more with less and work smarter to cut costs. Thank you.
Thank you. Ken Monroe.
Mayor Blatt, City Council members, my name is Ken Monroe, and I'm the president of the Pocatello branch of the NAACP. And get my glasses on here. I hope I could raise this up about a foot so I can see my notes. But, this will probably work. I'm here tonight just because I have some concerns about a few comments that were made with regard to the budget, but not necessarily here about the budget. What I'm here to maybe bring to your attention are some comments about diversity here in this community. Me being part of that diversity, I have a problem whether we think it's one person or 1,000 people. To me, diversity means you have a diversified community, which you need to address concerns of those people who need those concerns looked at. And my concern, first of all, is when I look at diversity sensitivity, it's recognizing that there are substantial differences in the community based on religious beliefs, ethnic background, nationality, sexual orientation, and other factors. So there are a lot of different factors that justify diversity, if that's what we're talking about. But I kind of get the sense that what we're looking at are issues that affect racial and ethnicity. And with respect to cultural type diversity, to me that means to appreciate and learn from differences and celebrate and build on the similarities. So again, I'm not looking at the number of people that we consider in that bracket as being diversified. If you have diversity, then you need to address those issues that keep those people around, the issues that are concerning those people that are there. And I'm going to keep this kind of short because I'm not really on a soapbox about this, but I just want it known, and I want to share this because this actually came from the council, that the Pocatello City Council has put its stamp on approval on a resolution confirming the city's status as a welcoming and inclusive city. The city of Pocatello celebrates and values its longstanding tradition of welcoming visitors and newcomers to this beautiful valley and creating a vibrant, diverse community where all of our residents feel welcome, safe, and able to fully participate in and contribute to our city's economic and social life. Further, the city reaffirms its values of inclusion, respect, and the city's commitment toward actions to reinforce these values. And so in closing, I just want to say it's nice to talk the talk, but once in a while we need to walk the walk.
Thank you. James Izar.
Well, I think it's obvious why Kenny's the president of the NAACP. I'm nowhere near as eloquent as he is, so. My name is Dr. James Izar, and first of all, let me apologize for looking down and not looking at you, but I think that you will understand. My name is Dr. James Izar, and I have lived in the Pocatello, Idaho community since 1975 as a college student athlete and employee with Idaho State University. I am a lifetime member of the NAACP and a member of the Criminal Justice Subcommittee with the Pocatello branch. I would like to offer a statement to Council Member Roger Bray and also a statement to all the council board members and the mayor of Pocatello in response to a comment about diversity in the community that I live and work in. In the July 7 council meeting, a dialogue with Police Chief Shy, a comment was made regarding the level of police force in relation to the national average. What caught my attention was the comment, "Our community is not as diverse as others." So, this comment caught my attention for the following 3 reasons. 1, when a leader in a powerful position communicates a statement like that, it reduces the motivation and energy others are putting into inclusion and accepting philosophies, encouraging others to be connected and appreciative of differences. When a leader expresses a statement that nothing should be done or something taken away because our community is not diverse, individuals that I represent by the color of my skin believe that they are not welcome, do not belong, and are concerned for their safety being in this community. And finally, number 3, when a collection of powerful leaders are gathered together and a comment is made like the one expressed in the July 7 meeting by Council Member Bray, and no other leaders take the time to correct or defend individuals in our community, that brings diversity in our community, that brings diversity to Pocatello. It is and always will be a silent confirmation of disruptive and targeted attack to make citizens of our community who are diverse feel isolated and not seen for who they are, but how those in powerful positions feel comfortable seeing those individuals who are different. I am still in a state of shock and highly disappointed with all the Pocatello City Council members and the mayor for not defending me as a Black American who lives and works in this community.
Thank you. With that, we have no others that have signed up. Thank you for those. Let me publicly apologize for not stopping that and not catching that when that was said. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. I think it's most important for us as a community to recognize the diversity that we have, embrace it, celebrate it, and make sure that we make everybody welcome, feel welcome. We have a welcome resolution for a reason. So thank you very much for that and for bringing that to our attention. With that, we are adjourned.